Why was Tony the only one who could resist the Scepter's control? Was it really just because of plot armor? In the Avengers, Tony had just survived a major battle. His Mark 6 armor was already badly damaged. Facing a fully armed Loki, Tony calmly took off his armor, walked into the building, and poured himself a drink.
Would you like a drink?
Stalling me won't change anything.
No, threatening. No drink, you sure? I'm having one.
Tony acted this way because during his earlier encounter with Loki, he had already figured out how arrogant Loki was. As a god, Loki completely looked down on ordinary humans. So Tony deliberately let his guard down, while secretly getting the tracking bracelet for the Mark 7. Sure enough, the arrogant Loki took the bait. He immediately slammed the scepter against Tony's chest, but the next second, the scepter hit the arc reactor and made a sharp metallic clang. Tony didn't react at all. Loki couldn't believe it, so he jabbed him again. Still, nothing happened. Remember, the Mind Stone is one of the Infinity Stones. Hawkeye was barely touched by it and immediately fell under its control. Then in Avengers Age of Ultron, Dr. Helen Cho was controlled by Ultron in the same way. Even in Avengers Endgame, Captain America, who had been enhanced by the Super Soldier Serum and had one of the strongest wills in the MCU, couldn't resist the power of the Mind Stone. So why was Tony completely unaffected? Many people believe the metal casing around the arc reactor simply blocked the stone's power, but that explanation doesn't really make sense. The Mind Stone's power can penetrate clothing and the human body and directly affect a person's mind. The real key may have been Tony's arc reactor. In Iron Man 2, Tony was on the verge of death because of palladium poisoning. He eventually used Howard's research to create an entirely new element. That element replaced the palladium and became the new core of his arc reactor. And according to the MCU's lore, the Infinity Stones can interact with one another energetically. Black Widow once used the Scepter to shut down the wormhole created by the Tesseract. Thanos also used the power of the Infinity Stones against each other to destroy all the Infinity Stones. So it's possible that when the Mind Stone's energy came into contact with the arc reactor, it was neutralized by the energy of the new element. That could explain why Tony was immune to the Mind Stone's control. Enraged, Loki then threw Tony off the roof. At the last second, the Mark 7 tracking bracelet activated. The armor came flying through the glass and assembled around Tony before he hit the ground. After narrowly escaping death, Tony rushed back to the rooftop and blasted Loki across the floor.